I hope you're ready to ride the hype train, ladies and gentlemen, because it's been 531 days since the last Nintendo Direct. There are babies who were born on the last Nintendo Direct that are nearly 2 years old now, and if you're watching this video, well, welcome aboard to the Nintendo hype train. Today, I woke up at 10 AM to the voice of my friend calling me on the phone. If you know me, you know I don't wake up to at least 1 PM, so I was very confused, but when he revealed that the Nintendo Direct was coming, my heart nearly came to a stop. 50 minutes of non-stop Nintendo news. Here are my 10 biggest predictions for tomorrow's massive surprises. Starting off with arguably the most exciting thing to grace mankind, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2. Rumored and anticipated to be the darker, more evil sister to the original, like Lady Gaga's The Fame Monster was to the Fame, this game will no doubt be the most hyped release of not only Nintendo's 2021, but the entire gaming industry's most hyped game of the year. The original Breath of the Wild was released 4 years ago come next month, and already almost every single gaming critic and fan will tell you its impact and legacy is already legendary. How does Nintendo follow up one of the biggest games of all time? Well, we could very likely see the results tomorrow. When this same scenario happened with Ocarina of Time multiple decades ago, Majora's Mask came out just about a year or two after. This time around, Nintendo's been working hard for 4 years on their darker Zelda sequel. I don't think anyone's going to be disappointed. I really trust Nintendo with this. But who am I to know? I'm just a Nintendo fanboy eating chicken broccoli Alfredo. It's also extremely important to know that this is going to be Zelda's 35th anniversary, and if you know Nintendo, they love to go all out for their anniversaries. More on that later. Animal Crossing, you love it, I love it. My channel's been swamped with Animal Crossing this past year, of course. Well, I think there's going to be a lot of screen time for Animal Crossing in tomorrow's Direct. So much Animal Crossing, it's probably going to be a mini Animal Crossing Direct inside of the Nintendo Direct. I'm not expecting your regular Twitter trailers of announcements. No, I'm expecting something massive, a huge update. Let's start with what we know. We know that next month, which is less than 2 weeks away, we will be getting a massive Mario update in Animal Crossing. We will be getting a bunch of Super Mario themed items and DIY recipes to the game, and beyond that, we don't really know too much else. We could potentially get a Super Mario themed event in the game, or maybe even new patterns, but the unknown is even more scary and exciting. I'm expecting them to go all out with Animal Crossing updates for this Direct, as Animal Crossing New Horizons is one of Nintendo's greatest stories of success in the company's entire history. They seem incredibly invested in supporting the game for the next 2 years to come. Last year, we had leaks and rumors that told us that swimming, diving, and pumpkins were coming to the game soon. Well, it was right, and we got all of those things, but we didn't get the rest of what those leaks and rumors described yet. That included a bunch of vegetables coming to the game and even a garden shop for some examples. This Direct, we could also see the much anticipated return of the Animal Crossing Coffee King himself, Brewster. Speaking of coffee, I've been drinking coffee and I've been eating healthy, but I might need some after I woke up after 10 AM. Waking up this early really makes me tired. If only something could change that. Well, number 3 sure would. Number 3 would splash a wave of cold water over my delicate pores any day. A Splatoon spin-off. Now, in a very funny story, I feel like I kind of manifested this game into the universe. I don't know what happened to me, but one day last year, I woke up and 2 wires in my brain connected and said, Nico, a Splatoon spin-off. It's coming. This is quite possibly the most delusional thing I've ever shared with you, but ever since my brain told me this, I just feel it coming. I just know that a Splatoon game, maybe a spin-off, is coming very quickly. Since early last year, I've been seeing a lot of insiders and fans predict a Splatoon spin-off too, and it looks like this idea is actually catching some steam and could be real. So basically what I'm saying is, if we get a Splatoon game announced tomorrow, you can all thank me for making it. Okay, obviously I'm kidding, I just did the speculation, I'm not doing any of the hard lifting here. But I definitely think a new Splatoon game is in the works and coming within the next year or two at max. Splatoon has quickly become one of Nintendo's biggest franchises and deserves the same release schedule of any other of their titles. Mario gets a spin-off or 2 every single year, Pokemon gets a spin-off every time I check Nintendo's Twitter, even Animal Crossing got Amiibo Festival. and you guys can hate me all you want, but it counts, and I bought the game and 15 amiibos with it, and I still stand by my purchase. The first Splatoon game came out in May 2015. I was there. Splatoon 2, the sequel, came out 2 years after that in July 2017. Now, I don't know if you've checked the calendar lately. I understand not checking it. It's very dark times right now, but we are now 4 years away from the release of Splatoon 2. That's double the time we had to wait in between Splatoon 1 and Splatoon 2. And I know that Nintendo hasn't forgotten about this amazing Squiddy universe. Okay, they still do Splatfest. Obviously, they still love this franchise. There's also a chance of Splatoon 3 coming, but that would mean that 2 mainline Splatoons would come out on the same console. And I don't know necessarily how much we need 2 of them. I think it's possible, but I feel like I'm more leaning towards a spin-off. What spin-off could Splatoon ever have? I'm sure you all are burnt out on racers, but a Splatoon racing game where instead of driving cars, hear me out. Instead of cars, you just race as an Inkling and have to switch back and forth between human and squid to get through obstacles. I mean, that sounds really cool to me. There's also a ton of lore in the Splatoon universe. People love the Splatoon lore. They want to know all they very much can about it. Everyone can agree on that we'd like to explore more. Maybe a story-based game. It could be a story-based shooter, or it could even be an RPG. Everyone loves the Splatoon universe so much. Maybe we could even have a life simulator similar to The Sims? Try saying that 5 times. Simulator similar to The Sims. Simulator similar to The Sims. Okay, I think I'm done with that topic now. I'm now halfway through eating my chicken Alfredo, and my stomach is really starting to twist and turn. So I'm now going to have to speed this up a little bit. Okay, I'm no athlete, but I could definitely go for some Mario Sports right now. The Mario Sports series is another one we haven't heard from in a while. The last Mario Sports game we got was Mario Tennis 3 years ago. Mario Tennis Aces back in 2018. And I adored that game. Now we can all agree it's time for the next Mario Sports installment. As for what game Mario could dabble in, the safest bet is most definitely Mario Golf. But I don't like to play it safe anymore. I like to play it unsafe. Well, that's a big lie. I'm a bigger scaredy cat than a Toad fighting Bowser. But imagine if that Toad was fighting Bowser with a bat. Oh yeah, Super Mario Sluggers Switch. I love the original Mario Sluggers back on the Wii. Both will have a bet and it'll be an even playing field with baseball. My money's on Toad on this one. A Mario baseball game would be sweet, but even sweeter would be a Mario soccer title. Mario football for all my non-American fans out there. Now that would be cool. Number 5. We used to hear from Kirby every single year. Kirby was like the family you saw every Thanksgiving or Christmas, and that was it. A nice little checkup once a year and everyone feels satisfied. But now we haven't seen our Aunt Kirby in a very long time. We're all wondering what the heck is going on with Aunt Kirby. Like, I know we didn't want to have a big Christmas last year with COVID. I agree. It was the good move to make. Aunt Kirby could have at least shot us a Christmas text, okay? Well, it's most definitely time we see Kirby return to the spotlight with a main title game this year. My Kirby Fantasy would be a completely new and inspired Kirby game in full 3D. As I'm saying this, the pain I had from eating my chicken Alfredo just a second ago is slowly going away. I love Kirby, you love Kirby. I don't know anyone who doesn't love Kirby. It's just Kirby games haven't been extraordinarily different in the past few years. So I just think Kirby needs to come back with something really new and fresh to grab our attentions. And if anyone can make a comeback for a beloved series, it's Nintendo. Let's really hope it's coming in this Nintendo Direct. With number 6, it feels like almost every single video game journalist in the past 3 to 4 years has thrown out the idea of a Metroid Prime trilogy that will get an HD port to the Nintendo Switch. I really think that since Metroid Prime 4 got delayed, so has this trilogy. But now it's been quite a while. It might be time to finally let the dust come off this thing and let it come to the public. And I'll be there at GameStop with a smile on my face the second it comes out to purchase it. The other Metroid related idea that's been thrown out recently is Metroid 5, a new 2D Metroid title unique for the Nintendo Switch. And just like with the other game, I'll be right there at GameStop with a smile on my face. When I was getting really hype about this news about the Nintendo Direct, my friends told me that the first thing was Super Mario 35th Anniversary is ending next month, which is very true, which means that the 3D collection, including Super Mario 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy, will all be removed from the stores. Uh-oh, a lot of Nintendo fans have been speculating though that when this happens, all of those games might be sent directly to the Nintendo eShop, sold separately for about 20 bucks each. And when this happens, it's been theorized that perhaps Super Mario Galaxy 2, oh yeah, number 2, will join them on the eShop around March when the Switch finally happens. The Nintendo Direct would be a perfect time to announce this so everyone fully understands what's going down come March. Now, I've seen a lot of people predict Super Mario Odyssey 2 as the other Mario announcement in this Direct. Now, I could definitely be eating my words tomorrow, but I'm not too sure if this is going to happen. I think they just released a new Mario game literally 3 days ago, and it would be extremely interesting if they really showed a Super Mario Odyssey 2 trailer just days after their latest 3D Mario game. Anything's possible though. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Haven't heard about that game in a while, have you? But what if it received DLC? This game came out 4 years ago in 2017, and the original version came out 3 years before that. So we've been living in the Mario Kart 8 world for 7 years now. But how about we live there just a little bit longer? This game sold just as well in 2020 as it did as any other year it came out, basically, and there's a lot of steam in this engine. It's a monster. Not only being the best-selling Nintendo Switch game, it's also the best-selling Mario Kart game. But also simply, it's one of the best-selling games of all time in video game history. Pumping out some new DLC to the game would give it a bunch of new life and really propel it even more up that list. And I'm sure people would jump back into their copy of Mario Kart with 8 new tracks, some new fan-favorite characters, maybe King K. Rool and Ridley joining the battle. Could you imagine? Oh my gosh, just add all the Super Smash Bros. Characters to Mario Kart. I'd be more than down for that. As I said at the start of this list, it's Zelda's 35th anniversary, and it seems like there's a big group of people online right now that believe that Link will follow directly in Mario's footsteps and release a Zelda 3D collection. The only trouble I have with this idea is figuring out exactly what game would be included in this. The easiest option would most definitely be Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. They came out on the Wii U, they got fully remastered, and it would be so easy to bring them to the Switch. But what about Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time? Most definitely, they also have a chance. They could also add Skyward Sword alongside Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, which would make it an easy 3 games, just like the Mario version. My other idea is scrap the 3D collection and just have a very simple Skyward Sword remaster. This game deserves a lot more attention, and if it got fully remastered, I could see it kicking off Zelda's 35th anniversary this summer, and a lot of people would be happy. To finish up the Zelda section, we also have a lot of people suggesting that Age of Calamity, the game that came out in November, will get DLC. This game came out just 3 months ago and has a lot of fans. It would make perfect sense for them to add some more Zelda fan favorites to the character mix. Now, I still haven't beaten this game yet, so I can't speak too much without spoiling myself, so I'll leave that to you guys. Number 9. There is nothing more than I love than Bayonetta. She's a strong woman who wreaks havoc with her high heels, strapped with ammunition. It's everything. Literally everything. It's so cool. The last Bayonetta game came out when I was a freshman in high school. Now I'm about to graduate college, and the most recent Bayonetta game is still Bayonetta 2. I'm growing up too fast, and I need Bayonetta to grow right beside me. The director of Bayonetta 3 stated just a month ago that fans should forget about Bayonetta 3, so when it gets announced, they'll be surprised and happy. But, okay, stay with me here. I don't want to read too much into what he's saying and mix it up, but could you imagine if this was a fake out and the game indeed got revealed at tomorrow's Direct? Chances are definitely lower than other titles on this list, and you shouldn't be expecting it or putting it at the top of your prediction list, because he did say that you shouldn't be expecting it. But this is my most hyped game after Breath of the Wild 2, and any excuse I have to share my excitement for it, I'll gladly take, and it's still, there's still a chance it'll get announced. Now, before we get into the final predictions here, there's some honorable mentions I wanted to throw out into the air. N64 or GameCube games, or maybe even Game Boy, could be coming to the Nintendo Switch Online service with some really iconic titles. Now that same Super Mario 64 might not go on the eShop, instead it might just go on the N64 version of the Nintendo Switch Online. That could be really cool, as well as a bunch of other really good games. New themes for the Nintendo Switch. Oh yeah, we've been waiting for themes for such a long time. We just have the white and the black versions. We don't have any other custom themes like we did with the 3DS, where we had like hundreds upon hundreds. I spent like $100 on themes on my 3DS, and I will gladly pitch in some coins for this one too. Could they even be revealing the new Nintendo Switch? Potentially. I think that would probably get its own reveal direct, but it could definitely happen. There's been lots of rumors that this new Nintendo Switch Pro Super Switch thing will be coming out this year, and it's already February, almost March. They might release it pretty soon and announce it in this direct. You never know. It could be a really big direct. 50 minutes? You never know. Finally, a Fire Emblem remake. Now, I heard a lot of people expecting like a new Echoes game, a Fire Emblem Echoes game. That could definitely happen. Now, one more thing is that I don't expect any mainline Pokemon games to be revealed this week. That will happen next week, most likely, with the Pokemon 25th anniversary kicking off with its official 25th year anniversary being next week, which is usually when they announce brand new games. They might announce more details on Pokemon Snap in this direct, though. Now for the final reveal. Nintendo made it very clear that if we are expecting anything from tomorrow's Nintendo Direct, it should be a Super Smash Bros. Reveal trailer. Nintendo knows exactly what they're doing by teasing this kind of information, because it's gonna drive thousands upon thousands more people to check out this Direct. With that said, what character will it be? It's the first big Nintendo Direct, 50 minutes in such a long time. I think they might pick a really hype character. How about Crash Bandicoot? Or maybe some other Smash reveal. Maybe Raymond. Maybe Doom Guy. All seem really hype. But this is also a pure Nintendo Direct. Maybe we'll see a Nintendo hyped character. How about Bandana Waddle Dee, Dixie Kong, Rex and Pyra? My bet is still going with Crash Bandicoot, but I'm still excited to see whoever this character is. I'm so excited for this Direct tomorrow, you can't even imagine. I mean, you probably can. If you're watching this video, you're probably really hyped too, right? Comment down below what thing you're most excited for. For me, it's Breath of the Wild too. I think it has a pretty good chance of being revealed here, and I'm just so excited for it. Thanks for watching, and for some reactions and fun videos about all the stuff going down on the Direct tomorrow, make sure to subscribe and ring that bell. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.